Hey everyone! In this video, I'll explain to you how to speedrun the seed GeorgeNotFound on 1.16.1. So, I've been running 1.14 random seed glitchless and wanted to hop onto 1.16 but for some reason I just couldn't get a PB for it. One night I had the idea to practice runs on a set seed and created GeorgeNotFound for funsies, and well, I saw it wasn't exactly a trash spawn. From that moment on I was determined to be the first one, that I know of, to run the category SSG GeorgeNotFound, and so I did. Let me show you how it's done. This is the spawn area with 3 important landmarks: village, ruined portal, lava pool. Since the first goal of every 1.16 run is to get to the Nether ASAP, we'll head to the village and the ruined portal first for loot, and then use the closest lava to build a portal. Our obvious first choice of action is to mark our spawn point with a dirt pillar. I headed for wood instead, punching a tree that is on my way to the houses we'll enter. I later noticed that those houses have hyphae on the floor which you can gather instead. With that strategy you could also acquire a free door and perform Dream's proudest contribution to speedrunning. In the houses we can get beds. This chest also has emeralds we can buy arrows with later. Under the village is a cave with iron. We can get basic materials right there. Normally, in an RSG run it's 5 iron you need from a golem, but since I'll be needing an iron pick for later too, I'll need 8 ingots. To save time, I smelt some while preparing the rest, including some basic stone tools. Since there is no Fletcher at the village, we need 2 flint to craft a fletching table that we can get deeper in the cave. If monsters are following, you can block them out here. The furnace is actually not needed anymore after this point, so it could be left behind. With that bucket we can get that conveniently placed water at the entrance. Here we can get hay balls for food. For some reason, sometimes it's 12, sometimes it's 13 hay balls that spawn. It doesn't matter though. The chest to my left has another emerald in it that I always forget. This villager is mostly here around their house. You can make them a Fletcher and buy 64 arrows from them if you get all 4 emeralds. After getting more beds, we can easily get iron from the golem, but it's not necessary since we'll get 2 more ingots from loot later. I always use the crafting table here on the way and leave 2 hay balls that can be used to MLG in the Nether. Next stop, we'll be heading for the ruined portal. On the way I'll get more wood for blocks because we're going to need them in the Nether and eventually in the end, depending on what you are planning to do. We can't use the ruined portal directly to make a working Nether portal, since 2 blocks are crying obsidian and take too long to break, but the loot will be helpful. With the nuggets, we can get extra iron. With the flint, we can now make a flint and steel. The golden helmet will protect us from piglins. And finally, we can make an iron pickaxe to mine the gold block above the portal that will be needed for trading. Next, we'll head to a lava pool. There are multiple lava pools in the area that are all approximately 16 seconds away. The desert is quite big, but I found that one to be the most convenient place to spawn in the Nether. And we're going in. The Nether is the trickiest and deadliest part. The problem with the seed was that the nearest fortress was a long way from spawn. Depending on your luck here, you might end up with 2 ghasts or 3 skeletons. To at least make the trading easier, I noticed that there was a bastion close to our portal and figured that the fastest way to get our hands on gold was to steal from it. But as you might know, raiding a bastion is difficult and if you want to do it carefully, aka without dying, also pretty time consuming. In this part, I never really counted the blocks collected, but I dig towards northeast. At the bastion, I settled on something in between where I'd only get the gold blocks on the bridge, and take care of the piglins by closing off the ways. In my PB I got lucky, no piglins on the bridge. Together with the gold block at the ruined portal, we have 27 gold to trade for ender pearls, which should work out. I never traded with the piglins there directly because obviously I was not welcome there, but if you were lucky, you maybe could trade with them at least until you get soul speed boots to make further travel easier. Next, we make our way to the fortress towards northwest. It was a hassle to figure out a way to get to the closest fortress, but at least it wasn't closed off completely by lava. Unfortunately, On our way there we have to travel through the two most inconvenient biomes, a soul sand valley and a basalt one. The way to get there can be memorized after running it a few times. To use our arrows later, we can acquire a bow from skeletons at this point. With the blocks from the beginning we can jump over soul sand. We follow that biome until we get to a basalt delta, where we tower up. From there on, I planned out a path through caves that are close to each other, meaning we have to break a few blocks here and there to get through. After landing in another open area, we get over to a basalt ravine. The way into the ravine will sometimes be blocked off by a ghast or a magma cube. If that is the case, you can alternatively enter the ravine a bit more on the left. In my PB a lot of big magma cubes spawned at the bottom, which usually isn't the case. Normally I'd run around down there, but in that case I decided to bridge over them before utilizing one of the hay blocks I saved to get less fall damage. As you can see here, getting in a fight with a big magma cube can really destroy your shield, so watch out. Good thing to remember here, in case you get low you could use one of your golden carrots. From here, we dig towards a smaller tunnel. I can't exactly remember which one of the 100 worlds created it happened, but in one world I remember the exit of this tunnel looking slightly different, with a few more obstacles. In this part, don't forget to use your hay balls like I did. Now, we can finally see the fortress. At the fortress, we see a wasteland biome where we can find piglins for trading. Luckily in my PB, there were 3 piglins already waiting. Ignore me accidentally hitting a piglin here and them being mad at me. If you can't find them, the fortress connects to a bigger wasteland area where they could spawn. Maybe, you could also save time by throwing the gold at them, go for blaze, and come back when they're finished. I decided to stay, since you can trade fast with 3 of them, and I wanted to get a fire resistance potion for the blaze fight. In case you don't actually have enough gold, a bit down there is a lot of gold nuggets in the area to mine. Since the portal is a 2i, you need 10 pearls, usually that's 2 trades. While waiting, you can craft with the things they give you, for example leather armor, blocks, or more beds. Before you use up your string though, if you want to use your arrows in the endgame, you need to craft a bow with the string they give you here. Unless you've already acquired one from a skeleton on your way. Make sure to check that your shield is ready before you go into a blaze fight. Then, we get to the fortress. Since we'll need to build a portal back to the overworld later, we still need obsidian that we can fortunately find in the chests there. While running, I would always waste time by going first to the blazes and then grab the obsidian, but it actually lies on the way, so here is the improved way I'd go instead. As mentioned, the end portal is a 2i, so we need 5 blaze rods here. Use your potions if you have them. If you prefer a closed blaze spawner, one is nearby. In your downtime, you can sort out your inventory or mine blocks around the spawner, that could make more of them spawn. In emergency, you could also build a cage around this spawner if the situation is getting out of hand since it's close to the roof. After we have our 5 blaze rods and obsidian, we now can make a portal that will get us into the stronghold. I searched for the closest in the overworld and calculated where to build the portal. Basically, you dig down here at x-266 until you are at y20. From there you dig and build a portal at -669 -670. This portal will get you directly into the end portal room. Hold your eyes ready and you don't need to worry about the silverfish. Don't forget to use pearls you have left over. The end itself is pretty straightforward, we know what to do. I therefore won't show you my whole end fight. I can't one cycle, so my end strategy is always a mixture of beds and arrows and please don't kill me, thank you, and my aim isn't exactly an okay Katniss moment all the time. But sometimes. My only valuable tip here is, if you have a bad aim and can't get the crystals on the high pillars, tower up to one and get the others from there, it's faster than running around forever. In general, I wasted 10 minutes in the end, and that's the point that could be optimized the most. From the village at spawn you get 6 beds, which would make a 1 cycle possible. More beds you can get either through the string by trading, or you could run to the second village next to spawn and get more. It would still be a massive time save compared to my run. A sub 25 should therefore be doable. Technically, this just belongs in the category of set seed glitchless runs. But since they've found a 12i on 1.16.1, you wouldn't go for a 2i seed like this to compete against runs of under 3 minutes, it's not at all comparable. I'm sure I would be the last one the leaderboard await. Oh. Actually. Maybe for the lols I could. Well anyways, at least I can go to sleep now knowing that I hold the world record for the GeorgeNotFound seed on 1.16.1. You can find the uncut run with all my non-heroic moments here or in the description. Thanks for watching. Feel free to beat my time.